Welcome back. We're here with Shawn from New You 613 Beauty Supply in Texas. Shawn, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We met at a Verizon virtual event. So I'm excited to dive into your business. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Excited to be here.
Yes, yes, of course. So can you talk to us about what is your mission of your beauty supply store outside of just beauty products?
Outside of beauty products, so we are more than just products. So our 613 actually stands for Isaiah 61 and 3, where he says, I give you beauty for your ashes, joy for your despair, and a garment of praise for your heaviness. And so in that, we want to want our customers to know every time they come in that there is more than beauty on the outside, that they're made beautiful from the inside out, and that God can take the ashes of life, and we've all had them, you know, those things that was heavy on us, and that He can turn those things around and make something beautiful out of it, which is a new person, a whole new thing, a whole new creation. And so that's where the new you comes from. Is because although we dress it up, we'll put on the hair and the nails, the eyelashes, and we look flawless on the outside. Like we got it together, right? And we're crumbling on the inside, and we're broken on the inside, and we're hurting, we're depressed, we're full of stress and anxiety on the inside. So every time a customer comes into our store, we want to give them a source of inspiration and hope and encouragement and love, that they are made more beautiful than what they can dress up on the outside. And so we try to do that every time they come in, with either a card or just a kind word, even a hug. We've even stood in the middle of the store and prayed with
Wow.
some of our customers. And so that's what New You 613 is all about. Now, if you want to just get the nails and the glue and the shampoo conditioner, we got you covered. We
Yeah.
got you covered, but it's a lot more to it than that. And that's what we want. That's the heart of us and what we want people to know about when they come into the store.
And what are, with you being a Christian, a religious backed business, what are some Christian values that you really injected into your business when you were first coming up with the idea?
First, coming up with the idea is compassion, compassion and understanding and love for people, because you just never know what somebody's going through. I've had been going through a rough day myself, here at the store, and somebody else would come in and they would say, oh, everything will be fine. I just love coming in here. Well, that brightens up my day. And
Yeah.
so I just want to be sure that I'm trying to help somebody else and showing compassion and love, because we lack that a lot in society: compassion, understanding, and love. And we wanted to make sure, that that is being exemplified in everyday customer service experiences.
And you guys actually had your grand opening a little bit over a year ago, which is very, very exciting. Congrats on that. When you
Thank you.
first were opening the beauty supply store, what was your vision for it?
Our vision was to let people to be a part of the community, for one. Sometimes we set up stores and businesses, and we're just there for the business, and we wanted to be a part of the community also, to be able to help out with people in the community. So our location is like right directly in the middle of houses,
Wow.
and so you can't get more in the community than that. We're not on a major busy street where people just drive by all the time. We're right there in the heart of the community, and that was part of our vision, is to be able to help people beyond hair and beauty. We actually have a um, shelf space for free food. When
Wow.
people come in, that whole entire shelf is food, and there is bags for you to put the food in if you need it or want it. Some people can't get to the banks. Some people don't have transportation to get around to those different places to get boxes of food. Well, if you can get up the street to New U 613, there is free food and you don't have to be hungry. So we wanted to be a part of the community as part of our vision initially.
That's beautiful. And it seems like you are using, and to kind of go back to your first statement about Isaiah 6:13 and your Christian values, you're not only using this obviously to make money for your family, you're not only using this to obviously support the community on a business side, but you're using this as a vehicle to support other things like people in need or people that are hungry or things like that. So it's not just about business for you, but it's about how do
Exactly.
we use this business to be a vehicle for my Christian values.
Exactly. Exactly. That's it, Easton. That's it. How can we serve? How can we be of service to the community? How can we serve you in the areas of your need, whether they be physical, whether they be emotional, whether they be spiritual?
I
How
love
can
it.
you help?
Yeah. And can you talk about how you source your products for your store?
So we get them from different places, different vendors, and all different locations. And so we get a lot of different things. It's not even hair and beauty. We have all sorts of stuff in the beauty supply. So we just get them from different vendors in different places.
And what are some unknown struggles that your customers might not know about owning a brick and mortar store?
The day to day and the fluctuation of business. And so one day we may have a day that was really high in sales, and then the next day, four people come in the whole entire day. Oh my God. Four people. Where are they? But the day before, we had 24 people
Yeah,
or 64 people the day before. And so just having to balance out that whole entire thing, balance out, um, balance out the day to day with one day it's going great and then the next day it's not so great and then it's going great again. So just having to keep encouraging myself
yeah,
and my husband encouraging me or me encouraging him on the day to day that people don't see, that part, staying encouraged.
yeah, yeah. And I think having a support system to make that happen of like your husband might get down one day and then you get down another day, and it's like that is the struggle of business is the uncertainty, the what what is it going to be like tomorrow? And I think having that support system and then relying on your faith on top of that is a huge driver. And especially with you being open for a year, as you know, most businesses struggle to even stay open for a year. So the fact that you're able to get through that beginning phase, get your name out there, get your brand out there, I
Yes.
think is huge, especially being a brick and mortar store. Because as you know, that is very difficult, like on its own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And it's certainly been our faith that has kept us going and trusting God and just believing one day at a time. A lot of times God has reminded me, you are trying to take care of next week and next month. I only designed you for 24 hours a day. And you're trying to worry about and handle things that are way in the distance where I am. God is everywhere. So he's already in next week. And so I'm trying to jump in the next week and take his job.
Yes.
And he said, no, settle down, relax, trust me. And I got this. You just take care of today, and tomorrow we will deal with tomorrow. And it's hard,
Yes.
because in business you still have to do projections, you still have to do marketing ideas 3 months in advance, you have to start planning things, we have to start planning for the holidays right now. So it's kind of hard when God says, no, 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 I got that, you right here today, settle
Yeah.
down. And so, that's part of balancing the business too. But when we trust him and we let him handle it, everything tends to work out much better than my hands being all over it.
Yes.
So,
And I found it's almost better than what you thought it was going to be. And I really want you to dive into what it actually means to embody trusting God. Like, what does that actually look like? Because I feel like a lot of people say, oh, trust God or trust the universe or trust source. But I think, what does it mean to you, and how do you actually embody and have that belief of actually trusting God?
it starts with your daily walk. It starts with your daily walk and talking to yourself and saying, I am trusting God. I have a relationship with you. It's hard to trust God when you don't have a relationship with Him. So it starts with the relationship, that you accept God as that He is Lord and Savior over your life. Because if you think about it, in when you're in a relationship with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, if you don't have that relationship with them, how much can you trust them? How much would you be able to trust the person that you're talking to, or that you feel is in your life and becoming a part of your life, and you don't have the relationship with them? You don't have the fellowship with them. And so that's where it starts, is the relationship and the fellowship with God. And the more you get to know him, the easier it is to trust him. And getting to know him is through our word, the word of God, through our prayers, praying to God and allowing him to answer those prayers. And that's the greatest faith builder there, is when he answers that prayer. It's like, oh my God, all right, so you got this, you really got this, like for real. And that's a faith builder. And when you go to his word, and his word says, I would never leave you nor forsake you, and then it's like, oh, okay, all right, well, okay. And so that's where that trust begins, is in the fellowship and the relationship that we have and that we begin to develop with God and with the Lord. We first have to accept him and believe that he is and that he exists. Then we move forward, and that builds over time. Do we get everything we want? Does everything when that happen the way we want it to happen? Absolutely not. But we believe that God has our best interest at heart when we put things and people and places into his hands. That's where it starts.
Thank you for breaking that down. That was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
And kind of on that same topic, how does forgiving other people help you be a better human?
Forgiving other people helps me to be a better human, is that I don't have to carry the weight. I don't have to carry the weight. Being a business owner and even just living in this world, period, is weight.
Yeah.
What are we going to eat? Did we pay the bill, the water bill? Oh my God. It's just weight, period. And when you carry upon yourself the weight of unforgiveness, it slows you down and it pulls you down and it pulls you backwards. And you won't be released to move forward in the different things that God has already planned for your life if you're harboring and holding on to unforgiveness. And so you have to forgive, even if you don't feel like that thing is settled, even if you don't feel like that person has been dealt with, and however they hurt you, you still have to let that go, because we have to, that goes back to trusting God, because we have to trust that God is going to take care of whatever that situation is. And in our beginning, I can give you a prime example of it. In our beginning, we lost a lot of money. We lost,
Wow.
I'll just say, over $50,000
Oh my gosh.
in starting this business, because we put our money into a company that we felt was going to help us get our business going and get it started. They were in the business of helping black owners become beauty supply owners. And they went and they had the whole gamut. And when it was time to get our products and for them to come help us open the store, they did not do that. I was very, very hurt, because I come from a background of banking and healthcare. And so coming into retail, we were brand new at this thing, and we needed a lot of help. Look, still do. Need a lot of help. And they promised to be there for us, and they were not. And they took our money. And we were not the only one that they did this to.
Wow.
Yes. And so that was very hurtful. It was very disappointing. But I had to choose, it's a choice, to forgive. I had to choose to forgive that person and that company to move forward. Otherwise, every day I would be just being drugged down and drugged down. I have to focus on what's ahead of me and trust that God is going to deal with that person and deal with that company on his time, in his way, because God can do far more to that company, to that person, than I could ever think or imagine. I don't have to be there. I had to tell my husband probably 1,000 times, stand down. He was ready to go and get them. He was ready to get them physically and financially, and he was ready to go do this and do that. Stand down. Trust God. Let God handle it. Let God deal with it. As far as I know right now, he has judgments and lawsuits out the wazoo. So I don't know how he's sleeping, but I sleep just fine, because I chose to forgive. And when we harbor that unforgiveness, it's it's hurting us,
Yes.
not them. Some people don't even know that they wronged you.
Yeah.
And when we harbor that unforgiveness, it's detrimental to our health physically, our health. We wonder why we have high blood pressure, why we have diabetes, why we overeat, why we can't sleep, why all these different things are happening. Go back and see if you have not forgiven somebody or something, and let God handle it. And so it's very, very important in life and in business to forgive and to let God help you in that forgiveness, that you're able to move on and focus on what's ahead and not behind us. The windshield of a car is huge. The rear view mirror is what? That
Yes.
small. That's because we're supposed to focus on what's ahead and not what's behind us. And the only way we can do that is to forgive. Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people carry that, like you said, that heaviness of this person wronged me, this person did this, and like you mentioned, most people either don't care or most people don't even know that they wronged you, and they're like, I had no clue that I upset you. So and it hurts us more than it hurts even that other person.
Right.
So I have one more question for you.
Uh-huh.
Something else that you talked about on your Facebook page was learning to laugh even when times are bad. Can you kind of break down or talk to us more about why learning to laugh and why learning to laugh in even bad situations, is important.
It's important because actually, in the Word of God, it says laughter is good medicine. Laughter is good medicine and it's good for healing. And scientifically, I can't speak to it exactly, but they have actually said, and I can't quote where I've heard it, found it, or whatever, but that when you laugh, there are actually different endorphins that are released into the brain that helps build your mood and the different things that happen inside of us when we laugh or when we smile. And so laughter is really good when you're going through because it just helps elevate your mood. And I'm always doing silly, crazy things or whatever with me and my husband and the kids and all that stuff. So um, laughing is really good for the heart. It does the heart good. And so I like to play. My son told me, I think I told him one time, stop playing so much. I think what it was. And I was like, stop playing so much. And he said, well, Mama, I don't think you play enough. Well, and that, as you can tell, I remember that. And that just stuck with me. Sometimes we don't play enough.
Yeah.
We don't laugh enough. Sometimes we will have had a bad day, and my husband and I will go home and we will watch. We're empty nesters at this time. And so we'll go home and watch comedy shows, you know, um, whether they be sitcoms or a movie or whatever, to laugh and to smile and to release whatever has gone on in that day, by laughing. And we feel much better when we do it. We're so stressed out with life.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, this bill is due, that bill is due. What happened with the dog? Or now I have to clean this up and do all those different things, and with work, etc. And we're so stressed out that we don't laugh enough. We don't laugh enough, and that will release stress. Just watch 30 minutes of a TV show and see if it'll help lighten your mood. It will. It will. And if you want to be silly and crazy and do different things, that helps too.
Yeah, I found being able to go into any moment, if it's a big meeting, if it's a stressful presentation, if it's a podcast or whatever it might be, being able to go in there and realize that this is just life and we're just having a human experience and we're able to go into a stressful presentation with a new partner and still laugh and still enjoy it and still bring this funness to life. Like, I think as humans, I think we take things too serious, or we make things way bigger than it is. And I think other people like to be around people that just make experiences fun, especially the things that are stressful, because it doesn't
Exactly.
have to be. We can have fun and still get business done. I think that's one of the most important things is you can run a business and you can do business things and still have this joyfulness to you. It doesn't need to be
Yes.
suit and tie, brick, just like strict business. It can be fun.
Right. Right. And a lot of times when customers come in, I do try to say something or do something,
Yeah.
to make them smile, to make them smile or laugh or, just change their countenance. Some
Yeah.
of them come in looking so serious or, sad and, despondent. And I'll try to say something, to turn that around for them in that short time, that they're here in our store. So,
I
yeah.
love it. Well, Shawn, that's all the questions I have for you. How can people find you? And what is one thing you want to leave people with?
Just one? No, I'm just kidding. You can find us. We're in Mesquite, Texas, which is a little east of Dallas, Texas. And we're at 1919 Faithon P. Lucas, Faithon. So that's Faith On. Right. Faithen P. Lucas, Lucas, and our suite number is 142, Mesquite, Texas 75181. And our website is www.newubeautysupply.com. It's not, it does not include the 613, but newubeautysupply.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and we have a YouTube page too. I don't
Awesome.
know what's all on it, but we're there. And so you can find us different ways. Our number, if you need to call, is 972-290-0087. And the one thing I want to leave with our viewers is to stay inspired and stay focused. Keep looking ahead and keep looking forward. Don't look and worry about yesterday. Yesterday can do nothing for us. It's over. And so keep looking ahead, keep striving, keep going, stay focused, keep your dreams in front of them and in front of you. And one of the quotes that we have in our store is don't just chase your dreams, but hunt them down, tie a rope around them, and pull them all the way into your life the way you want it to be. So don't just chase behind your dreams. Go after them with everything that you have. Yep.
That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
I love it. I love it. I think having that mindset of just if you want something, go get it and put all your effort into getting it done. Chase after it ruthlessly. And I just want to say thank you for coming on the podcast. I'm so happy that you were able to not only talk about your store, but talk about your mission behind it. And it was a pleasure having you on, and we cannot wait to grow together. And just thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.